The only time I ever hear someone say, I thought I was going to die, it's usually followed by this one time when I ate an edible. So I do recommend steering clear of edibles if you are a beginner. While the dosage might be accurate, and it very much is if you're buying it from a trusted resource, not from your buddy who makes brownies in his kitchen, the dosage is spot on for a lot of these companies now. You really can. Like, I love Sweetgrass Kitchen out of Denver because they're all about the low dose. And Julie, the owner, she saw a need for low dose before the rest of the industry did. Everyone was doing what we call a race to the top in the world of THC. So people are coming out with, and I mean, I like Incredibles and Dixie and the rest of them, but they're coming out with 100, 200, 500 milligram. And here she went the opposite direction. She came out with these little chews that are 2.5 milligram. And that's what I tell people who are beginners. I'm like, think of 2.5 milligrams as a little bit less than a glass of wine, maybe like 4 ounces of wine. You pop a few of those and you're good. I do recommend that because the average dosage, the standard as set forth by states like Colorado and Washington, is 10 milligrams. And if you'd never consumed before, I would not give you 10 milligrams. Yeah. I would give you 2.5 to 5 milligrams because, yeah, you'd be like, that would be your worst experience. Just like my mom saying that, you know, she doesn't like tequila. I'm like, well, just because you partied one time in Mexico and got over the top doesn't mean you'll never drink alcohol again, right? So I'd say, again, the safest is obviously, you know, vaping, or some sort of measured, again, like a tincture or something in the alike, but I would stick away from edible. And that's the thing people don't know about this plant. It can be consumed. I was talking to another scientist, and he's like, Lance, the reason why it's hard for us to come up with pesticides and herbicides that address the issues of this plant is because, unlike other crops, it can be consumed every way you can imagine. So it can be consumed topically, it can be consumed sublingually, it can be smoked, it can be vaped, it can be eaten, it can be utilized as a suppository like Tommy Chong has done to fight his cancer. So every single way you can imagine it can be absorbed, and there's not very many things out there that aren't natural that you can fight the pests on this plant that you can absorb in all those fashions. So
when we've had people tell us at the booth that if they were to have a combination of ways to consume it, they can come up with, the decarboxylized version that goes through your...
Yeah, so that's the thing that,
liver.
Not to geek out, that's the problem is, so the absorption rate varies. So when you do eat a consumable product, you're only actually absorbing about 40%. So that's one thing to factor. But another thing that people don't talk about is THC, as far as its chemical makeup, is converted because of the acids in our stomach. So it's a different type of high, for lack of a better term. But exactly, you're getting into decarboxylation. So Benny and I could go grab an ounce and split it and make something out of it. Let's say just put it in our cereal, right? If we put it in our cereal, we don't cook, hypothetically.
Yes.
If we put it in sprinkled it on our cereal or sprinkled it on our toast, we could consume an ounce each, and actually that would be healthy. I mean, as far as what the plant has to offer, it'd be healthy. But that's because it isn't decarboxylated. So if we do go and pick up an ounce and share it and it's been decarboxylated, which turns THC, that's your conversion, which pretty much makes the one cannabinoid that's a psychoactive, it activates it. So if we did do that same thing and heated it to decarboxylate it, we'd be tripping. We would be on our ear. So that's a good point you make is, there's some people that they put it in their smoothies, they treat it like sweetgrass, but it's expensive. If you think about, some of these doctors are saying, do an ounce a day of fresh squeezed cannabis. An ounce a day, I mean, even on the, swag in a bag side, you're talking $100. Yeah. That's an expensive drink.